Welcome back for the final time tonight to Bushnell-Prairie City High School Spartan Tip-Off Classic. You're watching Devin Raleigh Shelter Insurance coverage of Bushnell-Prairie City Spartan Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. And the constant chair full of celebrities continues as we have Jeff Borders alongside for this one. And we've got the national anthem coming by Keely Lieb, so we won't miss it this time. We'll let you folks at home hear that. Keely Lieb with the national anthem. Always does a good job, fresh off being a part of the national FFA chorus.
And now let's meet the game nine. Start lineups. And one guy for Illini Bluffs, the 5'9" junior, number 3, Jaden Washington. At guard for Bushnell-Prairie City, a 6'4" senior, number 5, Caden Paul.
Sorry, I do celebrity
At
things.
guard for the Tigers, a 6'4" senior, number 11, Ryan Kendall.
What was that?
I said sorry, I had to do celebrity things.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Jake Croxton going through the starting lineups for the two teams.
Whew. Hey, Calvin. In the middle for the Spartans, a 6'4" senior, number 10, Tanner Cunningham. Trey Bass heads up the Tiger bench, assisted by Trey Davis, Joe Waters, Trent Vertiga, and Taylor Vertiga. Tyler Snyder heads up the Spartan bench, assisted by Steve Martin and Devin Yoka. Your game non-officials are Mike Parsons, Todd O'Reilly, and Dave Hasley.
So starting lineup looks like this: Jaden Washington, Wyatt Hindle, Devin White, Toby Cooper, and Hank Alvey will start things off for the Illini Bluffs Tigers. It's Caden Palm, Tanner Kleindens, Osman Perelku, Dalton Huffman, and Nate Kramer to start for the Spartans. It'll be Tanner Kleindens and Hank Alvey to jump it up, and Tanner has won most of the jumps. I don't know if he'll get this one or not.
As I say, it's not many times that he looks small out there, and standing next to Hank Alvey, he's not very big compared to him.
No, Devin White gets the first bucket on the inbounds play. It's almost like they have that figured out there. Usually everybody goes the opposite direction, and Alvey just goes up, tips it to one player, one pass, and a layup. There's a pass through the lane looking for Kleindens from Perelku. Is passed away. Hank Alvey down low. Gets the bucket on the turnaround little baby hook.
A little foot difference advantage there over Dalton Huffman, able to just turn on him and just hit that little hook, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll be interested to see if they stay in a true 3-2 zone like they normally do, if they try a box and one, or what they're going to try and do on Alvey.
We're going to get lucky on that one. I think that actually went off of us.
Yeah, I think that went off Caden Palm as well. I do agree with you. I want to say hi to Jerry Walter watching a game at home, and Robert Hofstadter says good go Tigers. Inbounded to Huffman. And a foul is going to be called on number 14, Devin White. His first, team's first.
Tell you what, they let them two play down there. Devin White and Dalton Huffman kind of getting little physicalities down there underneath.
Yeah, they're not afraid to let him play at this deal. It's early season. You kind of see that happen a little bit. Kleindense into Huffman. Huffman's going to pump fake, and White's going to be all over him. That's going to be Perelku. Perelku step back. Kramer with it now. Man defense here for the Tigers. Palm's going to have it swiped away. Jump ball is actually going to be called. It'll stay with BPC. Might have got lucky on that one, too.
Yeah.
6:56 remaining here in quarter number 1. 4-0. Tigers with the early lead. Perelku with it. The Spartans, I kind of feel like, Jeff, need to be deliberate here against a team with a little more size than they're used to. Spartans are usually the bigger team, but they're not necessarily the larger team here.
No, not when you've got a 6'9" Alvey down there in the middle. He's making everyone else small around him.
That ball went off of Perelku, and the problem is a lot of times when you see a game where the one team is smaller, they tend to be a little more frantic, more go to the ball. Problem is that's exactly how Illini Bluffs plays.
Yeah, they're, as we just saw in that last offensive possession for the Spartans, they've got hands in the passing lane and they're contesting everything.
Boy, Alvey just got murdered down there. No foul called, but it'll stay with the Tigers. That's one disadvantage, I think, as a player like Alvey. You can be good in 6'5", and you get calls, but when you're good in 6'9", Toby Cooper, no shot, foul on the floor, charged against Kleindense, I believe. We'll see. Nope. It's
No shot. Spartan personal foul number 24,
Dalton Huffman's going to pick it up. Team's first, his first. Corner, Hindle, 3. No good. Tipped around, finally picked up by Perelku as White had a hand on it but was falling backwards. Washington picks him up. Huffman has Alvey on him.
Ooh,
Perelku.
Tough shot over for Perelku shooting over Alvey.
Kleindense with it, out to Huffman. Palm for 3. White with the team rebound. They'll go back the other way. Toby Cooper, who twisted an ankle last night, went out of the game for a little bit, but came back in. Looks none the worse for wear tonight. There's a quick pass off the hands of Alvey.
Saw him limping just a little bit there on that inbounds play. I think he stepped on a foot there, and he was kind of, it looks like he's able to run it off here.
Kramer with it. 5:10 remaining. Kramer just throws it off of a defender. He got down there, and how many times have we seen and said through the years when you used to do basketball, you can't go on the baseline and pick up your dribble running and not have anywhere to go with it.
Yep.
Inbound to Huffman, gathers it up, loses it, and it'll go to the Tigers. Gathers it up, might have been a bit premature.
Yeah, they're trying to force that ball into Dalton underneath there on those inbounds plays, and it just seems like there's just way too many hands in there and just not much of options when he does catch it underneath.
And not to mention he's outsized by nearly everybody in the post as well, so he's got to get it with movement ability and cutting to the basket. He can't get down there and probably make anything work if he's got to make a post move. Washington for 3, it's off, no good. Alvey with the rebound. He's going to go back up and count the basket. Boy, he is getting all kinds of beat up down there whenever he has the ball, and they're letting him play. This is a good pick by Kramer. That would have been a good pick by Kleindense if he hadn't turned early. Palm for 3, nailed it.
Quick release, cuts the score in half now, 6-3 Tigers on top of Spartans.
Hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Share the link if you would. Follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch all the games the rest of the week. You'll see Illini Bluffs at the Western Holiday Tournament as well. They'll probably be a top 4 seed in that tournament. Expect to see them play 3 or 4 or 5 games. Kramer. 3:40 to go. Our camera lady, Natalie's got some fans as well. She's a celebrity also, it would appear. Kramer pump fake and got Cooper up in the air, and he'll shoot 2. Toby Cooper picks up the foul, his first, team second. Kramer had a chance to cut the lead to 1 here if he can hit both free throws. First one's off, no good. Hit the rim twice and the backboard once, but wouldn't fall. Gavin Pimble checks in. Tanner Kleindenz checks out. Brock Beekman getting ready to check in for Kramer. Free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Hindle. He brings it up. Sets up the offense against the 1-2-2 zone for BPC. White with it. Back to Hindle. Over to Washington. He'll try a 3. Short. Tipped around. White comes down with it. He misses the layup. Alvey comes down with it. Holy smokes.
I mean, Bushnell got away with one, but Alvey also got away with a clear out there.
Yeah, early. Yep, he's got 6. I guess if you're not going to call one, you can't call the other.
Right.
Well, and that goes. They haven't called anything down low all night. So
right, other than the one for Kramer.
Yeah. At least they're being consistent. Now they're still stealing and slapping, and White comes up with the steal from Palm. And they're going to call a charge on Devin White. It's going to be his second. Team foul number 3. Toby Cooper checks back in. Devin White checks out with 2 fouls. Brock Beekman checks in for the first time. Nate Kramer sits down. 8-3, 2:34 to go here in the first half, and a little full court pressure from the Tigers. And a steal. Over to Hindle. Blocked. And then blocked again. A foul's called. Caden Palm got the first block on Hindle. Osmond Perelku gets his first, team's second foul. If you're going to foul him, don't let him score, right?
Right.
Alvey gets 2 free throws here. They kind of played hack-a-hank on Monday night. Cyclones did. Looks like BPC's kind of taking the same notion, except they aren't calling the fouls. Second free throw is good. 7 points for Alvey now. Taking a long time to get it across. Pimble comes to get it.
Got away with the trap. Never mind. No, he didn't.
Almost got away with the travel.
I think if he could have got rid of it quicker, they wouldn't be able to call it, but when he had to hesitate and he was still slowly moving forward.
Yep. It was like a slow motion travel right there, unfortunately. Washington brings it up. 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Cooper down to Alvey. Shot leaves it short. Put back is good. Beekman with it. Skips it across to Pimble. No, that's Palm over there. This is Pimble. Now back to Beekman for 3. Way off the mark. Off the floor. Now it's going to be an outlet pass to McCoy. His shot's up and in. Cole McCoy gets 2. Timeout charge to Bushnell-Prairie City. First one of the game. We'll take one as well. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are. It's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH. You know, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to Devin Raleigh's Shelter Insurance coverage of BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. This game being brought to you by Raritan State Bank. Raritan State Bank Bushnell's branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank, a friendly service, or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Raritan State Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. 13-3, but I'm not sure whether it seems closer than that or worse than that. It's kind of been an odd game here early.
Yeah, the Spartans are trying to run a motion offense, but it's just like the defense for the Tigers is just in your face the whole time, like right here.
It's into a 1-3-1. Alvey goes to the rack, and Perelku is going to pick up his second foul.
When you put a 6'9" guy at the top of your 1-3-1 and he has an arm span like he does, you have to make sure you make some crisp passes.
Yeah, it's almost unfair. Alvey is 1 for 2 from the free throw line, making 2 for 3. Kleindance checks back in. Perelku checks out. Second one is good as well. He's got 11 points here in the first quarter of the 15. Palm for 3. It's off left. Rebound Kleindance. Back out to Palm.
Missed Beekman wide open underneath.
Huffman puts up the shot and gets it to fall. .30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Toby Cooper had it. Out of Hindle. Down low, Alvey. Blocked from behind by Beekman, and a foul is called.
I don't know if that's more of a block or a mugging.
Yeah, well, it was a block till they blew the whistle, then became a foul, I suppose, right? Team foul number 4. Alvey's at the free throw line for the 5th and 6th times here. Hits the first one. Nate Kramer replaces Huffman. Washington replaces Hindle. Spartans and Tigers respectively. Second one is out, no good. Rebound to Kramer. 12 seconds left. Beekman, 10, 8. And steal by McCoy. Alvey, off, no good. That's how the first quarter is going to come to an end. The Bluffs Tigers, Illini Bluffs Tigers lead the BPC Spartans 16-5. We will take a quick break and we'll be back here for the second quarter in just about 30 seconds.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 16-5 into the first quarter as we get ready to start the second quarter. You're watching Devin Raleigh's Shelter Insurance coverage of BPC Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 16-5, but not a whole lot of stats unless you're Hank Alvey.
What is it, 11 of the 16, 12 of the 16?
12 of the 16. He is 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Spartans 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Alvey and the Tigers 4 of 6 from the free throw line. We start the second quarter. BPC, nope, I forgot there was a jump ball. Illini Bluffs with the basketball. Washington with it, comes near side McCoy. Right side. Let's see who that is. That's McCoy. Is that not McCoy over there? Is that number 13 over there? Murphy? Jack Murphy in the game. Alvey playing outside now. Murphy down the corner left side. Tries to go through to Washington. Beekman with the steal, and he's got as Alvey rejects that one out of bounds. Beekman, we laugh because you see that happen. If you're going to do that, you have to lean in, draw contact, and try to get the foul, right?
And he would have been better off just going straight in and not coming up. I know the guy was coming behind him, but maybe even go straight in and try to jump into and create some contact. But once you stopped and were flat-footed, you're at the complete disadvantage.
Palm tries to put up the shot. He's blocked by Alvey.
And he tried to go into Alvey, as we just said.
Yeah. Beekman a little stronger than Palm, I think. Could have made the contact more evident. Let's just say that. Beekman. Pimble for 3, off no good. Alvey tracks down the rebound.
I just heard Coach yell, "Follow your shot," and I was going to say that's about the second time I've seen a three-pointer taken and not followed the shot. Could have had the rebound.
Hendel's shot was off no good. Murphy tracks down the ball near half court, gives it off to Toby Cooper. The funny thing about this team, this Illini Bluffs team, is these players that are out here right now, you said, do you know them all? These guys have all played for the last 3 years. Hank Alvey got a shot in the gut from Nate Kramer, but made the basket anyway.
He even turned and looked like, what was that?
How do you not call that? And that's what I was getting ready to say earlier. You know, being obviously as much better as everybody else, as much taller as everybody else, has to get old because you probably get pounded on and beat on all game long. 3 on the way off, no good, and Cooper's going to pick up the foul. Kramer got the rebound. Toby Cooper picks up his second. 6:14 remaining in the first half. Dalton Huffman checks back in. Cole McCoy back in. Toby Cooper takes a seat with 2 fouls. Remember last year, BPC snuck away with a win against Illini Bluffs on a Friday night. Inbounded, tipped away, and picked up by Murphy. Now it's a 2-on-4, and Alvey backs it out. Beekman had a 1-on-3 and still took it to the hoop.
Alvey didn't like the 1-on-5 numbers.
5:55 remaining here in the first half. Hendel with it down low, has it. They're going to call a foul, maybe on Huffman. We'll see. Yes, on Huffman. .24, Dalton Huffman. It's his second. Team's first of the second quarter. Saved in by Paul, picked up by Kramer. And Kramer's like, hey, somebody needs to come back here and get the ball. I'm not a guard. Kramer knows his role, and bringing the ball up the floor is not it. Huffman is going to be fouled by Hendel, I think.
You know, he might have caught an extra point touchdown for us this year, but bringing the ball up is not in his repertoire.
No, probably not. But I bet he could do it if he absolutely had to. Huffman. Beekman pulled his eyes off of it before he had it, looking where to go with it before he caught it. Connor Upton checks in. And number 42. I don't have number 42 on my roster. You have 42 on the sheet for Illini Bluffs?
Nope.
I don't either. See if we can figure that out at halftime. He's going to hit a three right here, though. Nope, short. Hendel with the putback. (20-5). 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Upton. Stolen away. Stolen away again. Another jump ball. BPC will get possession.
Jump ball sniper to Bushnell-Prairie City.
Yeah, it should be to Bushnell. They didn't change
They didn't change the clock.
Well, they're going to give it. Well,
Sam Huffman's over there doing the book. Blame it on him.
Jake knew where it was supposed to go. We knew
Yeah.
where it was supposed to go.
Yeah. Everybody but the person that matters knew where it was supposed to go. Washington 3, left corner, no good. Albie with a rebound and a dunk.
We knew that was just a matter of time. He'd been in there pretty close, but like you said, he's been getting hacked the whole time, and that one was just wide open for him to throw down.
He could get hacked from behind that time. He had nobody between him and the rim, though. Kleindienst. Three by Connor Upton. That's a sports corner three for Connor Upton. Way high. When you overthrow Alvey, you knew you threw it too high.
Right. And I don't even know if that was overthrown, but just way too much on it.
Well, too high for the amount of time he had to react
Yes.
to it. How about that? Devin White checking back in. He had 2 fouls, went out kind of early in the first quarter, and he's been setting for pretty much a whole quarter, I think.
Yep.
3:49 remaining in the first half. Caden Palm will bring it up for BPC. Kramer skips it over to Kleindienst. Palm, pump fake, drives, puts the shot up, gets it to fall.
Nice.
He's got 5 points. 3 on the way. Good. Josh Vaughn. I had him as 24. He's 42.
Yep.
Josh Vaughn hits the triple. Three minutes remaining. Palm's going to try to match. Cannot. Huffman high for the rebound. Blocked by Alvey. McCoy's going to track it down. Shots up and in for Cole McCoy. He's got 4 points. 27-10. McCoy is going to pick up a foul right there. First foul on Cole McCoy. Beekman and Pimble checking back in. Who's leaving? Kramer and Palm take a seat. 2:37 remaining in the first half. Pimble trying to get it in. Up top to Upton. Tanner Kleindienst. Huffman. But I'd like to see Kleindienst underneath the basket.
Yeah, you've got Dalton Huffman doing most of the work down there on the blocks.
If anybody could have any hope of jumping with Alvey, it would be Kleindienst. Three on the way by Pimble. It's good. Well, the motion offense didn't look real pretty, but it resulted in a basket for BPC. A sports corner three for the Spartans, and it's a 14-point lead for Illini Bluffs. McCoy. Alvey with the rebound. White down the corner, Hindle, three. Knocked away, picked up by Huffman. No shot. And Huffman could have let that go to Kleindense. Kleindense is saying, why didn't you pass me the ball? I was open.
I also think that was one of those times where Huffman was trying to keep control of it, and the defender kept hitting him just enough that he couldn't get complete control of it either. Hence the foul.
That's the 4th foul, and I missed who it was on. Kleindense down low, can't finish. Tipped around and brought up by Alvey. Was that Vaughn that had that foul?
I didn't see.
Or McCoy? I couldn't. We started talking. I stopped paying attention to who they called it on. 1:15 remaining. Vaughn for 3. Tried to bank that one.
Holiday weekend. Banks aren't open.
And Vaughn's going to pick up a foul about 80 feet from the basket. That's the kind that Coach Vass is going to love.
Tiger foul, 42, Josh Vaughn.
Yeah.
That's foul number 5. Five fouls in the quarter. Vaughn picks up the foul. Connor Upton shooting a couple free throws for BPC. First one, no good. Second one, no good. Rebound to Huffman. Way up off the glass, over Alvey. It didn't go in. Under a minute to go now here in the first half. BPC has played this whole first half for her second quarter with only 1 foul being called on them.
Not that they haven't tried.
No, they've tried. Yeah, I'll give you that. Alvey says, I can shoot threes too. Cooper with the rebound. Man, a lot of contact down there again.
Cooper putting that shoulder down.
Yes, he did. And Kleindense responded in kind. Partially blocked. Rebound put back by Kleindense. Off no good. Beekman with the rebound. 20 seconds left. Pimble. Upton. Left side Beekman. 13 seconds remaining. Back to Upton. Pimble. Beekman. 4 seconds. Kicked out of bounds. 3.2 seconds remaining, and BPC didn't look like they were working at all to get a shot right there.
It didn't look like anyone wanted to be the guy to take the shot.
You'd go down there and take it, wouldn't you?
I would have taken it when Beekman got the foul there the last time.
Upton, 3, really hard, almost banked it in. Off, no good. Heads up. Well, that's something you don't see very often.
A chest pass all the way to the upper deck.
Yeah. At the end of the first half of play, it's 27-13. The Spartans trail the Illini Bluffs Tigers. We will take a break, play an interview from MDH, and we'll be back in just a little bit to give you some halftime stats and see what Jeff thinks can improve for the Spartans in the second half.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome once again, as we're happy to bring to you. MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So physician and provider recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a fourth generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years. That's
a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a fourth generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like, the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago, and here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community, and I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb, and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story, you love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of two, you might be one of one. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, you know, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. You know, if someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, you know, I kind of have to tell them, you know, this is unique. You know, it's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts, repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts, repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
And welcome back here just at the end of halftime. BPC literally just walked out of the locker room. So what do you do if you're BPC in here in the second half? I mean, you're kind of outgunned, and it's at this point somewhat obvious, I suppose, but you want to improve, right, and do some things and make some differences in the second half, right?
Yeah, I think about the only thing you can do is we saw some success earlier when they get Alvey out of the paint and they're able to attack then. But, you know, this defense, I mean, there's a reason this team's the number one ranked team in the state for a reason.
Yeah, and it's not just Alvey, even though he's the one kind of doing the damage, a lot of it. They've got some players that can do a lot of other stuff, too. Caden Palm's going to drive here, spin, and then Hendel's going to come in and steal it away. And they're going to go on the floor and picked up by Cooper. Saved in by Hendel, knocked away by Kramer. Back to Cooper. Cooper's runner, off no good. Kleindance with the rebound. Waving the old elbows right there.
I think it's nice he kept the elbows tucked in and just kind of swinging with the forearms and the ball there.
Just underway, third quarter. Kramer against Cooper. Nearly traveled.
Did travel.
Did he drag the foot?
No, he switched pivot feet.
Oh, did he? That went off of Huffman's foot out of bounds. Leading scorers at the half. 5 points for Caden Palm, 3 points for Gavin Pimble, 2 points for Dalton Huffman, 3 points for Connor Upton, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Nate Kramer, no points, but 0 of 2 from the free throw line. The Spartans are 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Not sure what that last whistle was about. 16 points for Hank Alvey, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. That's the only 6 free throws for the Tigers. A one-handed floater by Palm off, no good. Alvey with the rebound, outlets it to Devin White. He'll take it down the other way. 6:50 remaining. Alvey for 3. Rattles out the front of the rim, no good. Washington, the smallest guy on the floor, gets the rebound. Foul's going to be by Huffman, I believe, but it's going to be on the floor, no shot. Jeff Border's going to take off here. And Dalton Huffman's going to pick up his third. Jeff, it's been fun.
Hey, thanks for letting me join you. If I didn't have to work at 6 a.m., I'd stay a little longer.
Alvey hits the triple that time, and that makes him even more difficult to guard. So Jeff Border's going to take off, and Alvey hits the triple. He's got 19 points now. Palm with it, right side, 6:28 remaining third quarter. That ball went off of Palm's leg, out of bounds. Possession to the Tigers. Jaden Washington walks it up the floor slowly. 6:15 remaining, third quarter. Hendel with it left side. Skips it across Cooper. Toby Cooper has it slapped away from behind by Nate Kramer. Kramer's got all kinds of family here. His Aunt Jenny's in town. Uncle James. Uncle Lance is here. Brock Beekman's got Uncle Darren here, and I'm sure some other family as well, as Toby Cooper makes the bucket right there. They all came up and said hi in between or during the half. Toby Cooper gets his first 2. Perelku gives it right to Hindle. To Devin White. Finger roll off, no good. Alvey with the rebound, tip back. And he's going to get the foul on Dalton Yoakum.
44, Hank Alvey picks up the foul. That's his first. Team first.
Alvey picks up his first foul. Perelku has it stripped away. Washington had it, and I think Huffman's going to pick up foul number 4. He is.
24, Dalton Huffman picks up the foul. That's his fourth.
Team second. 5:20 remaining in the third quarter.
In for the Spartans, number 2,
Gavin Pimble replaces Dalton Huffman. So it's Caden Palm, Tanner Kleindense, Gavin Pimble, and down into Alvey. And he just got grabbed. Counted in a foul. As he got grabbed by Kleindense and missed the first one, got the rebound. Gavin Pimble, who got elbowed in the face, is the one that's going to get the foul. Team foul number 3. Old-fashioned three-point play coming for Alvey. He hits it. He's got 6 in the quarter, 22 in the game. 35-13. As much as it seems like the Tigers have dominated, it's only a 22-point game. They have not been able to score the rock quite as effectively as they would have liked to, I don't believe. Timeout. Charge to BPC. It's a full timeout. Their second timeout. 35-13. Game being brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. It has a great trust department as well. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. And Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. So after the timeout, BPC has the basketball. Connor Upton is in. As the 2-3 zone now by the Tigers has extended. They do a 1-3-1. They do man-to-man. They do 2-3 extended. And they are up in your mug as often as they can be. Another timeout, another full timeout charged to BPC. BPC down to 2 timeouts now. This game also being brought to you by M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store is M&B Furniture. They're a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street in Bushnell, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis or John at Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. And McDonough District Hospital's athletic trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Palm with it, skips it across to Beekman. Tipped, Upton has it, tries to get it to Kleindenz. Kleindenz thought he was going somewhere else with it. Cooper from White. Cooper is going to put up the shot, and Beekman's going to get the foul call. Cooper will be shooting 2. It's foul number 4 on BPC. Foul number 2 on Beekman. Toby Cooper, who got his first points earlier in this quarter, going to shoot a couple free throws. 3:57 remaining in the third quarter. First free throw is good. Shooter will come out if he makes this one. Nate Kramer is going to come in if he makes it as well. And he does not. Alvey with the rebound. Devin White now. Out to Hindle. Wyatt Hindle. He's got a Bushnell tie, Brandon. Washington, 3, left side. No good. Jump ball. Subs coming in. Looks like McCoy for the Tigers. Cooper sets down. Nate Kramer for the Spartans. Kleindenz sets down. Jump ball possession to the Tigers. And it's going to be Wyatt Hindle for 3. It's short. Tipped up by Alvey. And they're going to say it's off of BPC. Alvey hit that. That's 36-13. Inbounded to Devin White. He goes to Alvey, top of the key. Alvey taking the high post position here. Alvey's been all over the floor. He's been down at the block. He's been high post where he's at now. Oh, nice give and go and a finish by Devin White. Pretty give and go from Devin White to Alvey, back to Devin White, and he got the bucket. It's 38-13. Pimble has his pass tipped away. Wyatt, Washington throws it off the backboard. No, he's going to go for the layup. I thought he was going to try the alley-oop off the backboard for a second. It's 40-13. BPC is yet to score here in the third quarter. 2:38 remaining. Kramer blocked by Alvey. He had Beekman wide open on the other side of the lane and tried to put the shot up instead of the pass. Devin White down low. Alvey puts it up, counted, and a foul on Caden Palm. Hank Alvey, his second straight old-fashioned three-point play attempt. Caden Palm going to pick the foul, his first. It's the Spartans' fifth foul. 2:26 remaining here in the third quarter. Jack Murphy checking in for Illini Bluffs. Josh Vaughn on the bench, or on the seat, ready to check in. He'll come in for Alvey if he makes the free throw. He does.
Now into the Tigers, 42, Josh Vaughn.
Don't know if we'll see Alvey anymore or not. It's a 30-point game, 43-13. Three on the way by Caden Palm, off no good. Rebound to Tanner Pierce, who's in the game. Beekman skips it across to Pimble. Up top, Parelku. Beekman for three, off no good. And they're going to call Palm for a no on the backboard and over, out of bounds. 2:07 remaining in the third quarter. If it stays at 30, it'll be a running clock. McCoy walks it up the floor very slowly. Washington with it. Looked at Jack Murphy, gave it to Vaughn instead. Over to McCoy. Washington down to Devin White. Had it stripped away by Beekman, out of bounds. And it went right through three jerseys and three white jerseys, and not a single one of them reached out to grab the ball. 1:44 remaining in the third quarter. 43-13. McCoy. Shot off, no good. Pierce had it, goes to Parelku. Left side Kramer, now to Pierce, back to Kramer. He'll put up the jumper just inside the three-point line. It's good. First 2 points of the quarter for BPC, and they come from Nate Kramer. He's got 2 on the night. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line also. 1:17 remaining, third quarter. Devin White down to Josh Vaughn. White had him wide open, break to the basket again. 1:03. White now. It's out to Washington. Skips it across to Vaughn. Vaughn puts up the three. It's in and out, no good. Kramer with the rebound. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pimble to Pierce. Goes out to Kramer. Kramer to Pierce. A little two-man game going on. Pierce puts up the shots, off, no good. Ball bounced around. Out of bounds, off of Beekman. It'll go to Illini West. Alvey checking back in. Huffman checking back in. Devin White takes a seat. Pimble takes a seat for BPC. 32.7 seconds left. Alvey has 23 points. Vaughn skips it across, tipped away out of bounds by Parelku. It'll stay with the Tigers. 14.6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Be a running clock if they can get a basket here. If not, it will stay a normal possession until they get to 30, or if they get to 30. Alvey has it tipped away. 6 seconds left. Comes out to McCoy, left side Vaughn, down the corner Murphy. Vaughn's going to loft one up. Oh, it was just wide. 43-15 at the end of 3. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 25 points, 6 of 8 free throw shooting for Alvey. Wide Hindle. So it's going to be Cooper, Devin White, Washington, Hindle, and Alvey to start the fourth quarter, as we will start with the starters for both, well, not for BPC. BPC will have Kramer, Perelku, Huffman, Beekman, and Tanner Pierce on the floor. Just underway, fourth quarter. Let me reset that. I forgot that. I apologize. Tipped away. It was over and back. White has it now as it's tipped out of bounds. 7:44 remaining. Spartan basketball. It is the fourth quarter. 7:44 remaining. Kramer with it. Left side Beekman. Right side it goes to Perelku. Step back, looks at the three, doesn't take it. Goes to Huffman, top of the free throw line. On the dribble, loses it. Going down to get it, saved it out. White tries to get it to Cooper. It'll stay back to BPC. Stolen away by Alvey. He's going to go to the rack, throw it down. Another dunk for Hank Alvey, give him 27 points, and it's a 30-point lead. Should be continuous clock now. Into Huffman. Perelku. Wyatt Hindle is going to get called for the foul. It's his second foul. Team's first of the fourth quarter. Clock is running, 6:35 remaining. Almost between the legs of Hindle to Huffman, but didn't work out. Cooper came up with it. It's going to go to Washington. Expect to see some subs starting to come in. Down low. Out. Alvey. White. Back to Alvey. Out to Cooper. To Washington. Top of the key three. Off no good. White with the rebound. He's going to be hammered. Hammered again. Ball's rolling around on the floor. Pierce goes down to get it. Gives it to Perelku. Kramer with it. Gives it to Perelku. He tried to get it to Huffman. White steals it away. Washington goes back the other way. His layup is good. Jaden Washington gets his fourth point. 5:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Clock running, 47-15. Tanner Pierce with it. Beekman, Kramer, tipped down to Huffman. Huffman's going to be fouled, maybe by Wyatt Hindle again. It is on Hindle, his third, team second. Both of them here in the quarter have been on Hindle. Dalton Huffman is going to shoot a couple free throws. He has got 2 points tonight. No free throw shot as of yet. Huffman hits the first. Bunch of subs coming in for both teams. Number 35, Ethan McKim. Number 40, Jackson Groudage. Tanner Pierce stays out there. Upton stays out there. Huffman will have a sub coming in as well. We'll see. It's a full timeout charge to the Tigers. Game being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. And catch their specials all the time as well. We'll talk more about them as we move through the week, but it's $1 wings tonight. You might still have a few minutes to get a few. Let me see. I think that stops maybe at 9 o'clock, so you have a few minutes to get there. Dalton Huffman's second free throw out front of the rim, no good. See if we can get you up to date. Washington's still on the floor. Vaughn is on the floor. McCoy is on the floor. Jack Murphy's on the floor. And also out there is number 5, Will Giftis. .353 remaining. Corner, McCoy, 3, no good. Saved in. And then saved in again and thrown away. McCoy's going to take a 3. It's good. McCoy makes the 3. Number 20, Reese Reimold's checking in. And number 21 for the Tigers is Eric Pinnacock. Looks like Xander Jones getting ready to check in for BPC as he's going to replace Connor Upton. Illini Bluffs has cleared their bench, but a lot of these kids have already played. Ball tipped around. McKim fighting for it down on the floor. Jump ball. Possession to Illini Bluffs, 3:15 remaining. Again, clock isn't stopping here. Pinnacock gives it to Vaughn, over to McCoy. McCoy down to Giftis. Groudage with the block, but he's going to pick up the foul. A couple free throws coming. Cole McCoy will be shooting a couple free throws. If he's not in the book for scoring, he'll be in the book for the foul. McCoy rattles the first one around and in. Hit most every part of the rim on the way down, but it fell. Cole McCoy is going to shoot a second here. Clock running, 2:17 remaining, 51-16. Make it 51-16. He missed it. And I think Groudage is going to knock that one out of bounds, but it went off of, no, it did go off BPC, so it'll be Tigers basketball. Basham checking in. Ty Basham, number 12, checking in. Cole McCoy checks out. Xander Jones will walk it up for the Spartans. Devin Raleigh. Shelter Insurance bringing you Spartan sports all season long here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. That was Reimolds with it over there. Skipping to Groudage from Jones, lost it. Basham picked it up. Now Murphy is going to walk it up the floor. Subs coming in. McCoy back in. And number 54, Carter Chambers, checking in. Groudage checks out. Vaughn wants a triple. He's going to miss it, though. He'll get the rebound, loses it. Picked up over there by McKim. Tanner Pierce brings it up the floor now for BPC. Xander Jones looks into McKim. Pierce. Reimolds back to Pierce. 55 seconds remaining. Skips it up top to Jones. Xander Jones on the dribble. Pinnacock was there. Jones missed it, got the rebound, puts it back up, off the glass, no good. Chambers had it in his hand, lost it, saved in by Pierce. Stepped on the sideline, out of bounds. Possession to IB. 25 seconds remaining. McCoy walks it across. He's going to let the time run out. 15 seconds. This looks like it'll be the final, 51-16. That is the final, 51-16. Time expires. We will give you some stats here in a few minutes, so we'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Not sure if we'll have any coaches interviews, but we'll let you know when we get back.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 51-16 the final. BPC just 3 points in the second half. 2 in the third quarter, 1 in the fourth. As Coach Schneider is already here. BPC has scored 27, or Hank Alvey scored 27 to lead all scorers, 8 points for Cole McCoy, 3 points for Toby Cooper, 3 points for Josh Vaughn, 4 points for Devin White, 2 points for Wyatt Hindle, and 4 points for Jaden Washington. And Coach Snyder on here for the first time, and not getting a great start to the season for you, Coach, but you ran into a Hank Alvey is just a different kind of player, isn't he?
He is, and I wanted it to be like this for us at the start of the year because I wanted to test our mental toughness. I kind of helped set the schedule this year and with Mr. Zeringer, and I wanted us to play the 3 hardest teams, I think, in the tournament back to back to back because that's going to show us a lot. I've been harping on communication in the locker room, and we're not there yet. To say we haven't had good, couple weeks of practices leading up to tonight would be false. We've had good practices. We're not executing yet, and I think once we start to execute and find a rhythm, that it'll be fun for people to watch, and it'll be exciting basketball once we get everything figured out.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's not like you don't have athletes and kids that can play basketball. You just got to get everybody kind of on the same page and doing basketball things.
Right, and I mean, last year we were very senior playing heavy. So, I mean, going into this year, I knew that it was going to be kind of rough because Huffman played a lot last year. I mean, I think he played the most out of the junior class. And Osmond played a little bit. Caden played a little, but not like what we're asking them to do this year.
Right.
So that's new to those guys, you know, and maybe that's a fault of myself, but with the group we had last year, they were pretty talented, and the group this year is pretty talented. So I still expect us to still compete for a conference championship and make a run in the postseason.
Yeah, it's the thing that I think a lot of people see from BPC right now is you have a lot of length, you have a lot of athletic ability, but the ability or the willingness to go to the basket to rebound and get down low and you know when they get the ball they fight for it, but they don't seem to have that real gumption to go get the ball all the time.
Right, and like I said, that's something that we harp on in practice. You know, Coach Martin and Coach Yoakum this year, great addition to my staff. To have him and his basketball knowledge to go along with Coach Martin's is awesome and amazing. And like having those guys and having them harp on what you just talked about is, you know, it's not always coming from me. So now it's coming from somebody else about going and getting the ball, being aggressive, being strong. So again, it's something that we played like I said, I think I'm not saying anybody in this tournament's a slouch, but I think that these are the three best teams.
Well, records would show that, right?
Right, and you know, back to back to back, that's tough. And you have three teams that play real physical man. We're going to figure it out, and when we do, I think we'll be fun to watch.
Well, you haven't really had Tanner Kleindenz be able to get free for much of anything, and some of that may be his own doing, some of it may be the defense, but he's one of the kids that can get up. He hasn't really been able to use hasn't used one or the other. His jumping ability that he has. Caden Palm has went to the rack a few times, but that athletic ability really hasn't had a chance to show itself yet.
Right, and again, that's what we talk about in the locker room and everything. Like, look, we need to get things going. It's run everywhere. It's sprint everywhere. Like, you know, when those things happen, that's going to create that opening for you to go get a dunk or a putback layup or a massive rebound that we need. So when that happens and we get, like I said, when we get stuff figured out, then we're going to be, I think we'll be pretty tough. But
nice thing about basketball is you don't have to win them all, do you?
You don't. You can
have to win
be
some.
we can be 0 for 30 and still win a state championship.
Yeah, so you just got to get things figured out when it matters.
Yep.
So hopefully the kids will do that. I see him coming out and picking up the gym now. I know Aaron Harding's decided to come and help because his plans fell through for him for Thanksgiving, he said. But your kids do a good job of helping pick up the gym, don't they?
Yeah. You know, it's something started last year, and I found, you know, I saw somebody else doing it, and I was like, we can do that here in Bushnell. I said, you know, it helps out the cleaning crews no matter where we go. You know, we try to put on a good show for people to come and watch, you know, and we can help pick up. And, you know, we pick up the big things where that people leave behind and whatnot. But you said that, and it's great to see that I haven't said anything about that this year, and I'm watching after our home volleyball games, and my guys are walking around cleaning up. And now we have some other there'll be some other classmates of theirs helping pick up. So, these guys want to get home and go play video games and whatnot too. So, they can get there and go play with their buddies. So if their buddies stay and help, then that's just great. But I like that also because it helps keep this school clean. Like, be proud of BPC and really proud of this gym. I mean, it's a fantastic place to play. And again,
there'll be some wins here this year.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm. If I was to say I'm upset because we're not 3-0 would be. I think that would be something, but
you can be upset that you haven't played as well as you want to, but to say that you're upset that you're not 3-0 would be probably a bit of a stretch.
Right, absolutely. We've had our moments, and the coaches from the opposing teams have said that. They're like, Coach, you guys get it figured out. I was like, exactly. We just need to get it figured out. So, but again, maybe we can get it figured out. Hopefully we get it figured out Friday against West Prairie at our military appreciation night. We got a lot of stuff planned for that. There'll be some silent auction during each game where the winning team will get the proceeds to be donated to their local VFW.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And
so people need to come out. And
come out
be here.
And like I said, it's the same thing. There's 3 things. There's an engraved tumbler, an engraved metal wallet, and an engraved koozie, leather koozie. And I got to see them. And from Staff Sergeant Patrick Drawn, who's at the National Guard, who's a graduate of BPC.
Right.
And he designed them and is going to create them and bring them down for auction. So, thanks to him. And there's another little something that I have planned that I'm kind of trying to keep under wraps until game time.
Well, I guess we'll see it then.
Yeah. So, again, come out Friday night. There's an auction each night. Games start at 4. We still got our 50-50. I think it's up to splitting $200 and some now. So, possibly take home over 100.
You should buy a ticket a night, at least a ticket a night. Everybody here should, right?
Right.
Because you never know what night the winning ticket will be sold. So you should buy one every night.
All right. Well, the winning ticket will be sold. Yeah. We're going to draw it Saturday night, so it'll be good.
Yep. So. Well, Coach, I'll let you get out of here.
All right.
You got to probably help. Are you helping clean up, or are you off the hook tonight for that?
I think I am off the hook tonight. I might see some stuff over there that I might go grab that we kind of left, but I don't think I have cleanup duty tonight. I just got to prepare my body for some Thanksgiving food.
That's what Coach Anderson said, too. Got to get ready to eat.
Yeah.
Go sleep and eat and watch some basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe some football.
Yep.
Well, Coach,
football.
Thanks for coming to talk to us. We'll talk to you Friday night.
Not a problem. Thanks for everything you guys do up here. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Coach Snyder talking to us on the postgame show. That'll do it. Final 51-16. Tigers get to win over the Spartans. We'll be back Friday night. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving, whether you're with family, friends, or otherwise. We hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again on Friday night. See ya.